It's the Timberwolves, and they're doing business on the road. It's an interconference NBA matchup. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got Chris Webber and Greg Anthony with us. And from the sideline, we'll be hearing from David Aldridge. A lot of injuries on both sides with both teams coming into tonight. That can change a game, can it?
Dramatically, Kevin, because rotations are out of whack and out of sync. I mean, other players have to step up. And then oftentimes, Kevin, guys get an opportunity. They're all pros, so they step up in a big way. But it does disrupt your natural flow and rhythm in terms of rotations and how you want to play your different units.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Minnesota, Gibson is the 4 with Towns in the middle. Teague out there with Andrew Wiggins, and it's Bjelica in at the 3. Now, here is Irving. Following the miss by Taj Gibson, Tatum kicks to Irving. Passes it to Baines. Shot clock at 6. Brown against Wiggins. And it's Brown missing. Last game for the Celtics, it was a loss to the Rockets in Houston.
Yeah, nowhere near at their best throughout the course of that game. A scrappy performance, but in the end, just not enough.
Yeah, a lot of character on display, a lot of guts. You're right. Even as shaky as they were, I would guess they felt they let one get away from them.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Horford with the screen on Teague. The screen from Brown. Tatum with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Houston. Horford no luck.
And, you know, I have no idea how he missed that one. When there's no defense around, he's usually automatic from there.
Buries it from three-point range.
Terrific awareness from the savvy point guard. Jeff Teague is excellent at getting the ball to the open man.
They set the screen. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
While some are still speculating as to why Kyrie wanted out, the reality is, and it's this case with all great players, he feels like he's good enough to be the man on a team that can contend for a championship. And you might question how he went about it, but he's basically been a pro in his approach, and now he's got the chance.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him.
And there is going to be a lot of discussion over Irving's decision to want out for a long time. And what he does the next few years may end up defining his legacy. He is all in on himself, and it could pay off huge or fizzle out.
Both good from the line that time.
Solid trip from the line right there. Knocked him down, and it was easy.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to speak with Brad Stevens for just a minute. We talked about keys to the game, and he thinks shot blocking has to be even more important. He said, look, we want to keep them out front as much as possible, but with our length and timing, we can protect the rim if they break us down. Kevin, he hopes that strategy will help them get their second win in this season series. Back to you.
David, thank you. Do you think that's the right approach, guys?
I don't think it's ever wrong to focus on defense first. It sets a tone that can last for an entire game.
Yeah, that's the most surefire approach to use, guys. I mean, because they don't want to get into a shootout today. I mean, if this becomes a defensive battle, they'd really enjoy that.
Now, Wiggins, after Jason Tatum missed on that last three-pointer. And here is Teague. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Utah Jazz. And Wiggins gets it to go on the assist by Teague. Wiggins has got 5 now.
An excellent score off the dribble. Wiggins starting to excel in the catch-and-shoot game, too.
Irving passes to Tatum. Kicks to Baines. Nice ball movement by Boston. Horford sets a screen for Tatum. Pass to Horford. The 3. Andrew Wiggins pulls it in.
Not looking good for him so far. 4 straight misses to start the game.
Teague kicks to Gibson. Teague a screen on Brown. Towns, no luck.
Boy, the defense did an awesome job there, Kevin. Big time work. Really distracting them, throwing off the shot. That's how you do it on D.
Now here's Irving. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Houston.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off him.
Here's Horford. Nails the wide-open jump shot. Horford's got his first 2 points.
Yeah, and he can really take his game outside when he wants to. Horford's got plenty of range to go along with all that work he does on the interior. And
Bjelica kicks to Wiggins. Towns the screen. And it's Wiggins missing. Celtics trail by 4. You know, Clark, at the end of last season, the Timberwolves unveiled this new logo they're sporting this season. They thought it was time for an update, and you have to say it looks pretty sharp.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, most teams in the NBA want to mix their logo up every so often to keep it modern and up to date and fresh. The Wolves have a young group and felt it was the right time to re-examine the logo, and I can't argue with them. Sometimes a little change like that can pay big dividends.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Morris is checked in for Aaron Baines. Smart comes in for Jaylen Brown. And it's Rozier in for Irving. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Gorgui Dieng's checked in for Gibson. Muhammad comes in for Bjelica. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Andrew Wiggins. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Teague. Pass to Tatum. Horford with a screen on Muhammad. Goes up off the pick.
Watch out now. An athletic forward who dunks it with style, Kevin. He's showing off his dunking ability right there.
And that last replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleashed chaos moment. Now here's Towns. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Well, Towns does so many things on the floor. Already an elite post scorer. But, Greg, one area that he has struggled with at times is his defense against other bigs.
And I think he'll continue to improve in that area. What happens with young guys, though, is oftentimes you're in prove how good I am mode when you're young, and you lose sight of some of the things that help you win games. And I think that's one reason why he had one of the worst defensive RPMs in the entire league. But young bigs tend to take a bit longer to develop into great defenders, and I expect he will follow in that line.
You know, you watch Karl-Anthony Towns, and he just epitomizes the future of the NBA big man. Extremely versatile, gets it done inside and outside at both ends of the floor, and has a fluidity to his game that belies his size.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Monroe's checked in for Horford. And it's Ogilvy in for Tatum. And he makes both free throws. And with Towns and him being the future of the NBA big men, the numbers he's put up at a young age are staggering. Clark just looks like a guard out there sometimes.
Well, there's a good reason for that, Kevin. You know, Towns actually played guard before a big growth spurt. I think that clearly helped with his skills, and that's why he's so comfortable creating. It's a perfect situation for a guy like him to revolutionize what a low block player can do.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Outside, Jones. Out to the right wing. Here's Towns. Sinks it from just inside the baseline.
Gaining a lot of poise in this area. Towns will make the mid-range jumper if you give it to him now.
Monroe with a screen on Jones. The pass to Ogilvy. The feed to Smart. Doesn't go for him. Nice D from Crawford. Timberwolves leading by 6. There's 37 seconds left to play in the first quarter. He kicks it to Towns. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Towns has got his second bucket tonight.
You know, you see Towns able to overpower the defender there. He's really tough once he gets it that close to the rim.
Morris a screen. Rozier the pass to Morris. There's the pick. Pass to Ojeleye. Sinks the three-pointer. Ojele's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And if you're not defended or unmarked, Monroe will find you. Terrific vision from the big man.
And that does it for the first quarter. Timberwolves ahead, up 5. And we'll return shortly.